How's it? This is Isaac Fox, just your friendly neighborhood multi-dimensional being showing up authentic, raw, messy, and beautiful. This will find the people that it's supposed to find. Love you. Hello, you're here with me, cruising. Today is about, pretty cool, right? You got this cool backyard here, kind of cruising. There's a river back there. I'm over in Florida, visiting a friend for a few days. I'm going to talk about some of that today. But the title today is Structure and Flow. Structure and Flow. So, just tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. So, I basically, for the last couple of months, my lives, if you excuse my nose, it's itching here. If you guys have been paying attention and showing up to my lives, if not, it's okay too. If you're new to it, welcome. But if you've been paying attention, I've been talking to you mainly about my experiences and what I've been experiencing these last couple of months. And March was pretty gnarly. It was really dissolving structures, old structures. And then I thought April I'd get a break. And April was actual just total flow state. So to even put anything, like really put any plans into place just didn't work for me. I took aligned action. Don't get me wrong. Like April was all about focusing on what you prefer and taking aligned action. And it was just a place of, the best way I could describe it for me is neutrality, where I could see the old realities, fear, pain, suffering, anger, fear, sadness, and the new reality, ease, flow, grace, love, right? Peace, joy, aligned actions, aligned movements, how that shows up and what that feels like in my body. However, I was very clearly given the gift to be neutral and be able to see which one I prefer and which one I don't. And I felt both strongly in my body. One day I was super aligned. The next day I just felt all the old misalignments. Acknowledge the misalignments, focus on what you prefer. And it wasn't really the structures of the new reality, because it was the time a couple weeks ago. It was the time to really see and to choose what you're going to exist, your new reality is going to exist in this 2025 and beyond. And, I had decided, I was like pretty tired, and the old structures and realities weren't working for me anymore. And I had done what I needed to do. Let's just put it that way. So I was talking to my sister, and she goes, "Why don't you take the month of May off?" And I said, "God damn, that's a great idea." So I took the month of May off. I canceled or just rescheduled all my clients for the month of May. I'm doing this. I probably won't be doing next Wednesday, just to let you know. And took the month of May off. I came home and told Candace that I'm taking everything off. Even I'm not teaching any classes this month right now in the New Paradigm Healing Academy. My sister Tiffany is going to be helping out with that. And I told Candace that's what's happening. And she goes, "Oh, great." And she goes, "Why don't you go to California and just go see your mom and your other sister?" And I said, "Well, that sounds like a great idea." So it's just flow. I'm just in flow. And I call the family in California. I say, "Listen, I'm coming over the next couple of days. I'm not making any plans. As far as I can plan right now, I've taken May off. And I'm coming to California. But as far as making plans and seeing people and making plans with you and doing things on specific days," I was like, that wears me out, man. Like I can't even focus on that there's a solidified plan in place, because I am not in the structured state. Structure is not supposed to be fully solidified right now. And May 5th, I was waiting for May 5th, which I think happened on Monday. I was like, there's something with May 5th where there's a portal that's opening to where the structures of the new reality will start to take hold. This flow state and this in-between state will stop, and then we'll actually start to anchor in the new reality. So I was over in California for a little bit doing what I did, and it was great. I was sleeping a lot of the time. I went to the gym a few times. I ate, I slept, took some drives. I got a nice fancy little sports car. That was fun, driving around all those back roads there from Sonoma County, Sonoma, Napa County, right? North Bay area. And Well, Sonoma is anyways. And I even saw my dad. I hadn't seen him for a while, and picked him up and drove him around. And then a friend of mine I haven't talked to for a while, I decided to give them a call, and they were house sitting out here in Florida. And I was like, well, I'm only 5 hours away. I want to come hang out with you for a couple of days. I haven't seen you for a while. Felt aligned. So here I am. I'll be here another day. Got here I think yesterday. I'll be here another day or so, and then flying out on Friday. And then I'm back in California again for, I don't know, until the 14th. I think the 14th is when I leave, but I might leave sooner. It's funny, I bought a one-way ticket from Hawaii to California, and I was like, well, I don't know. I might stay there for 5 days. I might stay there for a full 2 weeks. I don't know. Like, I'll leave when I feel like it. So, yeah. That's what's happening. And why am I telling you this story? Well, the title of this is Structure and Flow. So, as of now, I wasn't really able to put things into structure. And so things I'm not kidding you, on Monday, they just started falling in place. And any of the old structures that can't exist in this new reality, for this next week, you guys are going to be feeling them. You want to be real curious about what's going on. If you're feeling tension and sadness and anger and uncomfortable sensations in the body, those are just old structures moving out of this new reality. And the more curious we are, and the more, we're willing to just surrender and let go and focus on aligned actions and focus on where we're being asked to go without having to know the outcome, the simpler it is to going to be able to actually take this new reality and everything we just let go of and all the new energy that's coming through. We're going to be able to anchor that into this new reality and structure it into something that's more preferable. So that's kind of where we are. Structure and flow, structure and flow. There's a structure in place, but when the structure is no longer beneficial for you to go to where you're going to go, the structure is going to start wobbling and crumbling, and the tighter we hold on, the more pain and suffering we feel. So right now I'm just in a flow state, and it was one of the most fascinating things the last couple of weeks, just to be in a constant flow state, not making really any plans, just, I had to buy airline tickets, but I when it was time to go, I did it. Moving, flowing, watching what happens, moving in alignment, because the synchronicities are there, the alignments are there. And I was really asked to just really trust and surrender and trust synchronicities and trust alignments. When the old structures are dissolving, by the way, there's so much stuff going on. You really feel that, the old structures, man. Like, I'm not necessarily in them, but I'm feeling them. And they can be distracting because they seem so real. The experiences of fear is so real, and sadness is so real, and anger is so real, but it's not necessarily real. The experience is real, but the structure itself, what do I prefer it to be? So I just realized I can't see any comments on here. So if anybody's commenting, I can't see you. No, don't. So, I don't know if anyone's on. I can't see you. I apologize. I love you. Wish I could figure this out, man. What if I press that button? Guests. No. Let's just get on here one day and just press buttons. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I can invite a bunch of people. Huh. Yeah, that's what you get for learning buttons. Now I realize I can just invite a bunch of people next time I feel lonely. Actually, loneliness is more of a thought. It's a feeling of sadness, and then what makes it lonely is the idea of being alone. But truth is, I don't really know if I'm ever alone. If any of us are alone in the way that we may think. I may be by myself. I don't know if I'm ever alone. So, structure and flow. The idea of structure is so, what's the word? appealing to the small self. It feels safe when it has a structure and it knows how things are going to happen. The only issue with that is the small self has taken a lot of what it feels safe with in structures that aren't allowed to come with me anymore. They're not beneficial. So it's about creating new structures and relating to myself in a new way and still honoring the structure of the personality structure. We need that to experience third dimension, just like we need a body to experience third dimensions. There's things that, many structures that come into place here to create this beautiful third dimension experience. And when you start to honor the structures in alignment with the truth of what you really are, the more core frequency, your true self, you start to see all the little different structures and how they piece together. And when you honor those pieces in alignment, I still am in a body here. I'm not necessarily in a body, but I have this body that I'm experiencing life through. It doesn't disappear. However, I'm not limited to the basic third dimension aspect of it. So I honor the structure to expand. And you start to remember that you've always been beyond this body. That this body is actually just part of you in a different structure to experience itself in a specific way, to have different perceptions and third dimensional reality and linear time and all these things. So a third dimension actually becomes a little more malleable. So there's actually a flow in structured state. So structure and flow. So what are we choosing to structure as? What are we choosing to structure as? And is it possible that you can have structured states in a constant state of flow? I say yes. I say that's very possible because I've been experiencing it. And the more I learn to detach from outcomes, the simpler it is for me to be in structure and be in flow. Because I'll tell you, even more preferable structures that I align to, things are moving quite quickly now, so I can be in that, and I'm sitting back to get kind of comfortable in that structure, and something happens where in the past I might feel like it's a misalignment, but it's actually aligned to create more expansion, which can be uncomfortable and can feel like a misalignment, but I know the difference now between something I'm holding on to and don't want to let go of, as opposed to a aligned action that creates uncomfortableness in my body. There's a different feeling. Maybe I'll do a live on that next time. But I'm constant in flow building structures, and I'm just letting go of structures left and right. And the new structures I build today, I might let go of tomorrow. I might expand beyond that as well. Because that's really just the nature. It's expansion. It's light, expanding constantly. There you go. If you like this dope ass shit that I'm laying down, like, subscribe, and share. New Paradigm Healing, baby. Love ya.